I probably can't explain the joke, but Matsui's about to laugh. It's not about the Oni-chan or the ooh. It's about beat noises. We're about to make beat noises. We're going Osaka Kanjo. I've got the cameras on the car so you guys can see what it's like to drive through Osaka at night. It is a Tuesday, so we're not going to be racing people, but let's go and see what it's about. Should be really cool. And I'm fucking freezing, so I'm going to hop in the car now. Let's go. Well, we've just come to a rest stop off the side of the highway. I hope you enjoyed that little drive, but we're going to go up and have a look at Osaka City at night. I really hope you guys enjoyed the midnight club drive through Osaka. Saw some pretty cool cars. We saw a new Supra, two new Supras, and a Hachiroku, an 8.6, so that was real sick. And the little beat made all beat noises, so I love the sound of that engine. It is the best engine ever. Hey Matsui. This little car is sick. But anyway. Oh wow. Check this shit out, man. You can see the city at night, but look at this. Oh, lots of light reflection because I'm filming on a cell phone, of course, but look at it. Those lights are really bloody reflective, but I've just realized too I haven't turned the little AI thing on my phone on because I'm a dumbass. What a picture. This has been so cool. I really have enjoyed this. I can't wait to show you what's coming tomorrow. We've got a trip to Aslan, we have a trip to Stacked, and we've got the Jay's Racing compound, or the Jay's Racing factory, to ourselves for an hour tomorrow. It's going to be hectic. I can't wait to show you all of the sick things that are sitting at the workshop waiting for us. I really am so lucky and so privileged to be doing stuff like this. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the morning. We have just checked out of the hotel, got back to the beat. I didn't bother filming any of that stuff because it'll probably be boring, handing in some details and handing a card back. Matsui's on the navigation seat again, and we are off. First stop. You'll see when we get there. Well, we are at our first destination. All of you OG Honda fans will know exactly where this is when I turn the camera around. But I just pulled in the driveway and I have the biggest smile on my face. I've always wanted to come here and I've never had the opportunity to. It's freezing cold and it's raining, but I don't care. This is absolutely sick. I am frothing. This workshop, very famous for time attack cars. Well, sorry, time attack Hondas. Yes, more Hondas for me. They have broken records at Tsukuba, and without further ado, I will show you around a little bit. For those of you who don't know, Aslan, they build some of the best Hondas in Japan. Even just in the car park, little Honda today. An old Integra in the wild. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna get to the good stuff, don't worry. I'm just looking around in a beat. But this is what you guys want to see, right? Fully caged work wheels, AO52 Yokohama Advance, full motorsport cluster, obviously racing seats, little EK, followed up by a sick as EG. Oh, I can't really see, it's wet. It's all stripped out, cage, very lightweight. Inkeys on the front, Volks on the back, EP3. Again, full race treatment, full Aslan race treatment. All stripped out, lightweight. This one doesn't have a cage. This one's still got a number plate on it, so it's like a road EK9. Some spoon wheels. Roll cage, stripped out interior, carbon bonnet. This is so sick. Little Honda City over there. But there are some even sicker cars. I've got water all over my screen. Check this out. Wide body DC2 Integra. Big front splitter. It looks like a M&M Racing body kit. Some ITBs poking through the bonnet. Full cage. Big massive TEs. APs. I think AP Racing, yeah, AP Racing brakes, T37s, massive swan neck GT wing, carbon boot lid or trunk as you would say. What size are these tyres? 235 rear, and what have we got on the front? That is a 295 30 18 on the front of an Integra. That is crazy. I think even top of the door's all carbon. It's been converted to left hook. It's got like a full PDM and a sequential. What a weapon. That'll be a K series in the front of that, definitely. Being the ITBs are at the front, unless it's got something cool like a reverse head. But let's check that out. Another old EK race car. It's got a bit of race damage on the guard, but this is what it's about, man. This is on Dunlops. Another EK above it. And then another EG and an EK. Again, full race prep Aslan cars. These are sick. But that's the one there. Look at it. Big front opening. Big ITV sticking out the bonnet. This is sick. This is the one you would have seen from all of the YouTube videos. Also a sequential, full carbon dash. I'm not going to open any of the doors. I haven't been given permission to do any of that yet. Look at how wide this thing is. Also on 295s on the front. Massive wing. Big diffuser. What a... I'm sorry guys, I don't really have much to say. I'm just frothing. This is stuff that I grew up with and I've always wanted to come and see, but never had the chance. Holy shit. And then an NA1 NSX. Got a few of these that we work on back at home. Very clean. Must be an early one. It's got the black roof. Recaro seats. It's got a bit of carbon on the inside. On some TEs. Very clean car. I can't see the engine bay. But it's a little DC5 Type R facelift in the back there. Don't really see many of those anymore. And for Troy, there's an EF, brother. Look at it. Looks like it's been up on that hoist for a long time, but very clean and tidy. Nice little EF. Still B series, which is cool. And then there's a dope CL7 underneath it, Euro R. Don't really see many of these turned into race cars in Japan. There's a DC2 Type R getting worked on right now. They're just bleeding up the cooling system. Still B series. Looks like standard motor. Some spoon brakes. Recaro seats. Looks like it's a full street car. No wing. Then again, we've got more stuff in the back here. We've got an FK8, carbon bonnet, running a Hondata. Got a bride seat. Got engines being prepared. This FK8's sick. In the rally red. Looks pretty serious. Still running factory interior, no roll cage or anything. Big GT wing, but factory aero. Got a big titanium dumpy on the back. Bug Eye DC2, again big front splitter, wide body, cage. This is heaven for me. This is so cool. It's funny though, this is what I wanted to do my whole life, and I kind of do the same thing at home anyway, but still doesn't hit home. It's a Honda Fit Challenge Cup, and obviously engine, all the exhaust stuff and everything up there, all old engine mountings and bushings and stuff. I've never seen this many cool cars in one place. All the different spring rates and stuff they use all up on the shelf, different sway bars, different tyres. So Tani, the boss of Aslan, was lucky enough to give up a little bit of time out of his day to open up the car so I can have a little bit of a look. I'll go through a little bit of the specs. I don't want to hold up much more of their time anymore. I'm already kind of interrupting their day. So it has K24 ITBs. It's running a Link ECU. It has Audi R8 coil packs, Toda killer cams. It's 14:1 compression with a Quaife sequential. Again, like I said before, it's running two 9.5s. It has Aslan, their own coilovers. Something else is really cool. This little radiator down here is actually a factory DC5 one that they've had cut down and re-put back together. It's so sick. I've always wanted to see this car up close. They've even cut the frame rail to get the tyre so the car can turn on a tight circuit. It runs a 10-litre fuel cell, and it makes roughly, he said, around 320 to 350 horsepower wheel. Oh, I don't want to touch the car. Big headers. Another thing that I find interesting, the way that we do things in New Zealand, normally we run EG subframe, which is what this has, and we run EG lower arms and stuff. Tane's gone and weighed them all, and he believes, if you can see down there, he runs the EK stuff because it's actually lighter, which is cool. Like, they're gone to that extent. It's even just little things like it's a, to get it to make it shorter, it's a EK4 booster because it's actually slightly bigger but shorter. EK9 N1 master cylinder, so it still is boosted. Boosted COVID, you heard what I said. Some spoon brakes, they're not huge but they seem to work. And then you come down here to the diffuser, you can have a look at the rear suspension. Sick. The diffuser, the exhaust is right under the car. Kind of give you an idea on how wide it is. The roof is full carbon. Everything is just sick. Titanium strut bar. Interesting enough, K-Tune, which is an American company, he's running the alternator relocation. It's got all titanium hardware on everything. Big ITBs. Yeah, so it used to be running a Honda, just made the switch to Link. Shirai race battery. Everything is kind of taken care of. This is a serious bit of kit, this car. So you can see inside, carbon dash, PDM, all the bits and pieces. That's my shoe wide. Flares. I don't really want to take up much more of their time. I am going to try and buy a sticker or something though while I'm here. So cool, man. I'm glad I got to have a little bit of an in-depth look at this baby. because I'm probably never going to get to see it again. Diffuser is massive. Sorry, front splitter. It's so cool to see something like this. But anyway, on to the next stop. I have not all day, so got to get things done. I could sit here all day and just watch them work on cars. Anyway, on to the next stop, Aslan. Oh, I'm gonna move my hand. We just left Aslan. I don't really know what to say. I've been watching their stuff since I was a teenager, and to get the opportunity to go there and just see the cars and meet Tane, absolutely amazing. I run a workshop myself, so I didn't want to take up too much of his time or get in his way, because he is trying to work, he is trying to run a business. But I really appreciate him giving up some time, letting me have a look at the EG, and just giving me the opportunity to have a look at just an unreal tuning shop that has sort of like cult-like following. I am still smiling. I got myself some stickers because I'm actually going to put stickers on the back window where this car's been. I think that's going to be kind of cool. It is just so cool to see these time attack cars. Turns out we've got friends in common, so Z at JDM Yard, turns out we know him, we both know him, so that's pretty cool in Australia. We will now head to our next destination. I've just stopped at a convenience store to get another drink. It is freezing cold and raining, and yeah, so we will travel to the next destination now. Oh shit. Jesus frickin' Christ, it's cold. Well, next stop, while we're still in Osaka, is Global. We are here. I know plenty of YouTubers and shit have come here before, but I just thought maybe for our audience, if you haven't been here before, Global Autos in Osaka, they do some of the sickest sort of Japanese supercars or hero cars, whatever you want to call them. I'm gonna take you for a walk around the car yard and show you what's up. So just as you get here, you can see GTR 34, 33. Supra. Like, these guys sell everything. The only time you ever see this many GTRs in one place is like Forza. They're nice enough to... Do you want to say hi to the camera, mate? You want to be on YouTube?
How's it going?
What's your name, buddy?
Braden. I'm from Global Auto.
What's the kind of main thing that you guys do here? Just export?
So domestic and overseas sales. Primarily we are a car dealership, so specialising in GTRs and sports cars, or tuning cars, I suppose you would say, modified cars. So our main inventory is usually GTRs, but every now and then we get things like Supras, Evos that are either built by shops that do work with us, and staff decide that they don't want to have a car, or it's a demo car and things like that. So we get a small variety of other dealers, like other vehicles, but mainly GTRs is our specialty.
Looking at the inventory on the yard, everything looks pretty high spec. If someone wanted to get in contact with you guys, how would they go about buying a car from Global?
So power of social media, Instagram, Global Auto _Yasui, Facebook page, Global Auto. Send us through a message. I'm on there, so anybody can get in touch with me anytime. I also have an email address, globalauto.mace@gmail, so people can get in touch with me directly there as well.
And please, if you're going to do that, if you're serious about buying a car, don't just send stupid emails and shit because you think you want to buy a GTR. These are not $5,000 cars. These are weapons.
Yeah, but I mean, to be honest with you, there's a lot of people overseas now that are trying to understand market values, both overseas and in Japan. you know, we get people contacting us pretty regularly that bought a car, you know, New Zealand, Australia, America now these days, that was previously sold by Global Auto, and they want to try and find out some more history. So we get some pretty interesting emails coming through every now and then of, you know, people trying to find history of cars, people trying to understand how, you know, things are built in Japan compared to overseas, so they want to stick to a certain style or matching parts and stuff. So we do get a pretty big variety of emails coming through that's not just like, how much is this one, how much is that one. So yeah,
All right,
it's pretty interesting.
what are we going to have a quick look at?
So VSpec 234.
I don't know if anyone's actually seen, or most of our customers have probably seen, but the Z-Tune guards are actually like quite crazy.
So they're also 15mm wider than the factory metal guards.
Yeah, and they have quite a...
They don't look as big, but they are 15mm wider, and then they've obviously got the brake ducting and venting in them, so slight difference. And they're hot property at the moment. There's about a 5-year lead time coming out of Nissan now to get the parts. I don't think they predicted the increase in popularity of Nismo parts, so they can't keep up with the orders. So they actually put out a cut for orders,
right?
So not easy to get a hand on.
So very typical sort of JDM spec. You said that this one is a stroked 2.6?
Yes, so HKS 2.8 litre TO4Z, and then it's got a Hypertune manifold on it, which is pretty rare for Japan these days.
Oh look, Australian parts in Japan. I saw this at Aslan as well. They're starting to use American stuff as well.
Yeah, it's becoming popular and more introduced here in Japan now for updated development of parts, trigger kits, throttle bodies, you know, the electronic throttle body.
Yeah.
Sort of technology that's being released overseas and really popular overseas is starting to filter into Japan.
Are you starting to see as well like different electronics packages from like back in the old days, like Trust E-managers and things like that?
Yeah. So I mean the good old HKS V Pros, we call them Kim Pros, the golds. They're still getting updated and they're still trying to catch up. Maybe now with what's overseas, whereas it used to be overseas is trying to catch up with that development.
Yep, I remember back in the day.
So it's quite interesting that like the last sort of 5 years, you're really starting to notice Japan is trying to catch overseas development.
Especially Australia.
Yeah, it used to be everybody trying to catch up to Japan. So there is a bit of differences there, which makes it a little bit tricky for us because we do get a lot of inquiries of people wanting to have, you know, modifications done with overseas parts, but it's not as readily available here in Japan. Even simple things like, you know, a Garrett turbo these days.
Yep.
You know, we can get the product, but we can't get everything off the shelf.
Yeah, manifolds and bits and pieces.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, to find somebody that will fabricate an outlet pipe, and you know, most of the manifolds available for Garretts don't have the wastegates welded up.
Yep.
So we need to find somebody that, you know, is going to be able to do all that custom fabrication. So that's the beauty of overseas, custom fabrication. Everybody loves it, but here in Japan, everybody loves off-the-shelf kits that can be bolted straight up. So
well, that's the same thing back at the shop. You know, like we make everything, especially for the new Type Rs. We make our own downpipes and intercoolers and bits and pieces because we just have to.
Yeah.
Shipping constraints on our end of the world are horrible. So, but I mean, like this is a bloody clean 34.
It's a little bit dirty at the moment because we're having a couple of rain days, but yeah, so VSpec 2, so later generation, 2001.
35 brakes by the look.
35 brake kit, yep.
That's starting to be a more common swap.
Yes, very popular.
35 brakes, Z-Tune Aero, obviously the old Volks.
Doors open.
Oh yeah, thank
you. The slight difference with this one is that it has an OS88 sequential gearbox in it.
Oh, did you hear that? It has a sequential transmission. I'm not a big GTR guy, so I would assume that these are Recaros, or the seats.
Aftermarket, yep.
Aftermarket. I know I'm going to get lots and lots of hate for that, but...
All the GTR geniuses.
I am a Honda guy, first and foremost. I still appreciate me a nice GTR though. Hence, Ethan at High Power, one of my good friends, he builds some very, very nice GTRs. Oh, all the carbon diffuser. Little carbon. I don't think that's factory. The little
So
duck.
that's a Nismo option.
Yeah, Nismo option. Carbon stays.
Carbon stays from Superior Auto. A couple of little carbon pieces, like the sides and the rears are a carbon sort of style Nismo piece.
Oh, carbon style. People don't like that with style.
I have to be rather careful sometimes.
Is this a 4-door GTR?
So this is a 33 Alltech, 4-door.
I've never seen one of these.
Comes all right though.
A genuine, on 34 wheels, 33 GTR sedan.
So this one's got 34 brake on it, but generally it's full R33 GTR running gear into a 4-door chassis, and then Nissan also went and did the rear fenders and doors on them, so it's
Oh, they're actually wider.
It's wider as well, yeah.
I didn't know that either.
33.
Again, I'm probably going to get killed for that, but I didn't know that.
So Nissan built these from the factory. These are not like a Alltech option vehicle, like your RB26 stages, for example.
Yep.
They were released as standard stages and then purchased and rebuilt
Right.
with the RB26 running gear in it, whereas these were delivered from the factory as a 4-door RB26 vehicle.
So
So
I
hence the
used
rear
to,
fenders.
yeah. I used to have, back in the day, for people that know me, I used to have a R32 GTS4 M-Spec sedan, which I lost my license in a few times, and I also decided it was going to be the car that I wanted to paint myself.
Right.
So I ruined a perfectly good, expensive rear car.
Wasn't back then though, was it?
No,
That's the
I
crazy
paid
thing about it.
3,000 New Zealand dollars for it. Factory auto, 20 det. Of course, I put a rear-wheel drive switch in it, and screamer pipe and all the other bullshit. But I was 16, so
I think we need to start like a new sort of thing where people probably our age, mid-30s, reveal what cars we've had in the past and what we've bought them for, because you look at some of the cars now in the market, you'd cry knowing what they're getting sold for, and you'd cry knowing what we've sold cars for in the past.
So I got roughly about 10 grand for that car when I sold it,
Yeah.
because I did clean it up a little bit, suspension, intercooler, all those kinds of things. Trying to aim for the JDM style with what was really popular at the time, but I mean that car would be worth 40-50 grand now. And
Scary.
I then got an EG9, which I then traded for a Euro R after that. But I mean, like that EG9, I think I got $3,000 from a car yard for a trade-in. I built the engine in that car. It ended up with a high compression B16A and all the other bits and pieces. I got $3,000 for it. If it was
try and buy one for 20 grand these days, like
yeah, totally.
The Civics here, they've got a really good resale on them, and gone are the days of the crashed out Kanjo Loop sort of style Civics, but they're kicking around. But yeah, it's really hard to get nice Type R's because they're actually starting to get fairly popular overseas. So
well, yeah, I mean, like again, I've never seen a 33 sedan GTR, but I mean, like even like these 35s, like they're not my particular flavor. I'm not. I love the engines. I just don't like the sound. I think they kind of sound marine-ish. But I mean, like these are really, really like high quality, really nice finish, well presented cars is what I'm trying to say.
yeah, I mean,
Like look at it. GTR, 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 GTR. In today's market, I'm not going to ask you the stock question.
look, I mean, realistically at the moment, you're sort of 34 price range, New Zealand dollars would probably be 200 through to about $280,000 depending on the spec, and then upwards if you start looking at NERS and M-spec NERS and things like that. But US dollar wise, yeah, you're looking at the 150 through to 180,000 US dollars for a 34 GTR, which to be honest with you, over the last 6 months has gone up $30,000 as well. So they're climbing. As to whether they flatten out a little bit now with the export regulations, or import regulations I should say, 25-year rule. So it'll be interesting over the next couple of months as to what happens with the market over there. So
I remember when you could buy 32 GTRs for like 10,000-15,000 New Zealand dollars.
Yeah.
Before the import thing.
I was doing some cleaning before the year-end break, and I found some of the old signboardage, which globally used to put on the windscreens.
Yeah.
With like the vehicle details and the price, and I found a couple of R34 GTR boards with prices of like 4.7 million yen and things like that. So
affordable.
Yeah, I mean back then that was a pretty outlandish amount of money to spend on a car, but wouldn't it be nice now?
Yeah, definitely. I'll take two.
Yeah.
Nice 32 GTR endless brake kit. Like me some endless brakes. Another 34. Check out this crazy as aired out wide body 35. Like the dish, the engine and everything in this one is standard.
Yeah, so it's a full factory car, just with the Liberty style, or not, I should say Liberty styling. Custom wheels by Liberty, full aero. I think it's their suspension kit which they sell as well. So essentially this was a near brand new car taken to Liberty and then had the full shopping list done to it. So
it's pretty crazy looking anyway. Like the wheels are
and they are incredibly popular.
Really?
Yeah, generally we put this up onto our website in the last 24 hours, but I'm probably predicting it will sell within a week.
Sell within a week?
Yeah, they've got a very big presence and market here still in Japan for these cars. Probably mainly because to get one built by Liberty now is taking a bit of time.
Like a wait list?
There's a waiting list
Yeah.
and things like that. They can't keep up. So, the ones that are on the market as used are really popular and sell real quick. So.
And I mean, for anyone that's watching in America, if you want a Fast and Furious Paul Walker coloured GTR, they've got a few of them. Even got an old Evo.
It's funny, we had a car last month which we sold to a customer in America. It was exactly the same as the car in the fourth movie, I think it was.
Oh,
so
right.
Same wheels, same stickers, same everything. It was a pretty much mirror car from that movie. So.
And isn't that funny? That car was built to be sort of JDM style for an American movie, for someone to then build in Japan as an American style sort of homage car.
Yep.
Very odd.
I think we've had 2 or 3 Supras now which have been full orange, wheel side, everything. Yeah, like full replica cars. There's a couple of silver and blue R34 GTRs in Japan as replica cars floating around. It's quite funny. The poor old Japanese do have a really, really big desire and influence from the American movie stuff. So yeah, it's quite funny, as I shouldn't say it as a foreigner living in Japan, to sort of be like, whoa, what's going on there? But yeah, it happens. So yeah, haven't seen any RX-7s yet though. I want to see an RX-7 done.
Oh, it'll get done, mate. We'll just
RX-7.
head back towards this way. I don't think you guys actually also realise how bloody cold it is. It's freezing. I'm wearing gloves. It's raining, so it's the great combo. It's wet and cold. This has also got a sequential in it. Make it focus. Sequential 33, big wing, aero, carbon boot lid or trunk lid, depending on where you live. Another 33, black 34. This is a NER spec.
That's the old BMW N badge special.
Oh.
So it's a V-Spec 2, but someone's gone and put a NER badge on it.
So I'm going to use that word then as NER style.
Yeah, NER style. Yeah.
Got the Nismo wheels, another endless brake package. Whoa. There is, I've got to not touch any of these cars. When was the last time you saw a monster taco? Oh, I can't get it. This car has this 32 GTR. The rain, it's not open either, but it has a monster taco. I haven't seen a monster taco in a long time.
I think this one was dug up out of storage by somebody and decided to sell it on. So we're in the process of putting it back to a resale condition.
Looks like it's been sitting a while. The steering wheel's all faded and
yeah. So we sent it out and had it paint corrected a couple of months ago, and now we're in the process of sourcing interior and things like that for it, so that it can be put back to a reasonable condition for someone to purchase. So
cool. That'll be a cool buy for someone. It's like real, got the old save out harnesses and stuff in it.
Yeah, some stuff will probably remove, some stuff.
It's got a big stack of gauges in there as well. There you go. You can see, kind of see the monster taco, but very cool. Oh, they are old carbon brides.
Yeah.
Or Kevlar brides, I should say. If you can kind of make them out in the video. And then before I go, sort of like Global's sort of prep area for sale. Do like basic maintenance and bits and pieces to get the cars ready. I like to see stacks of expensive wheels in Advans because I like my Advans. Nismo wheels, raised wheels, 808s, and a sick Evo.
Yes, this is a 2.4 litre stroked.
2.4 litre stroker.
Yep. It's come from one of our existing GTR customers that has a couple of cars in their garage and decided that they no longer wanted it. So we've purchased it off of them to then be resale. So it's currently going through an underside chassis clean.
Oh, cleaning.
Yep. So getting to make it all nice and clean. Recognise anything that does need repair or maintenance.
Coilovers, big Brembo kit. Very cool. Or as you would say in Japan, kakoi. Kakoi.
These are a car that I've got my eye on.
Yeah, these are going to appreciate as well. Is there like a little bit of a story behind it? Is it an old HKS Kansai, what do they call them? Kansai service?
Kansai service, this one? No, this was built...
Unlimited Works, okay. It kind of, the bonnet kind of looks like a Kansai bonnet, maybe?
I can't remember.
I don't know,
I'm up to date with my Evo stuff, but...
So I don't know this brand, but it's a HPI intercooler. High power improvement. It actually looks like a really nice tube and fin intercooler as well. Very cool. Alright, well I'm going to get out of here.
No problems at all.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure to meet you finally.
You too. We're going to do the old New Zealand Australia handshake.
Small world.
We actually... the COVID elbow. Yeah. So I gave you a business card. Find me on Facebook or something, and we'll stay in.
Pick up the bum for me.
Yeah. Well, have you got a message for Keske for round 2?
Yeah. Yeah. What are we gonna have to get onto him for that one? I can't pick him up on any faults because he drove so well in the first round. Look after your gearbox.
Yes.
Look after your gearbox, Keske.
All right, there we go.
You know, round 2. Get him, brother. Get him, brother.
So for those of you who don't know, round 2 is in Nelson in February 22nd or 23rd. So when I get off the plane, I need to finish the car off because we're changing the intercooler and everything like that. We are making a couple of different changes to the driveline and whatnot. So then we've got to get the car all done, finished, and then ready for shipping down to Nelson because we're going to ship it down there.
True.
Because it's a long way from Auckland to Nelson, so North Island to South Island. I'm glad it's not going to be weather like this, not winter. But yeah, thank you so much for your time today, man. I really appreciate it. Again, if you guys are interested in one of these fine automobiles, give them a yell. You won't be disappointed. The cars are absolutely awesome, and I don't think you'll find this many GTRs in one place. Suzuki FK7 TCR car.